on now. Take 2. Hello. Thank you for coming to the WorldSkills UK website and having a think about whether you'd like to enter one of the competitions. You're looking at the stuff to do with the robotics competition. This will be happening at the Skills Show, which happens in November in Birmingham. In the lead up to that, there are various heats. We'll talk about that a bit as we go through this and tell you what kind of things you'd need to do in order to take part in the robotics competition. The robotics competition is sponsored by Vex Robotics, Festo, Middlesex University, and it's organised by SEMTA, who take care of all the competition delivery at the show. My name's Nick Weldon, and it says on this slide Pooja Vasani as well. She can't be here today, but we're both involved in sorting out stuff to do with the competition. So if you take part in the competition, you'll see us in Birmingham. We look forward to meeting you if you decide that you're going to enter this competition and you get through heats and you come along. You're welcome to contact Pooja if you have any questions after this presentation is finished. Her contact details will be at the end. It's important that if you do have questions and you aren't sure about something, try and get it clarified before you turn up in Birmingham, because by then it might be too late to sort out whatever it is that you were wondering about. So the competition stages, the timetable between now and when the competition happens. Stage 1, you need to review the competition information. So on this website, there's details about what you need to do to take part in this competition. It's a robotics competition, so you need a robot. You're free to use any robot that you like. You can build one from scratch. You can build one from parts that you use from kits, like the kind of things that Vex Robotics make. It's totally up to you. You don't get marks for having the most expensive robot in the competition. You have marks for being really clever and ingenious about the way that you do things. So don't feel like you need to spend lots and lots of money in order to have a good chance of doing well in this competition. Think carefully about how you could solve the problems that the competition sets you. We'd be more interested in really interesting, ingenious solutions. So have a think about it. Look at the kind of things that you have available in order to make a robot and decide whether you want to enter. If you want to enter, you need to register online. Registration is open now and closes on the 7th of April. So you need to make your mind up fairly quickly. You then have time that you can spend preparing things and getting stuff ready. There'll be a competitor's preparation resources in a Dropbox folder that will help you prepare for the regional heats. The regional heats are where we meet the people who want to take part in the competition and narrow it down to the ones who will go to the actual event in Birmingham. So you'll need to take part in a regional heat and you'll need to do well. Better than some of the other people who are there. Difficult to know exactly how good that is because it depends on the other people who take part as well. The key thing to do is to do as well as you can. So try and get your robot so that it can do the task that's been defined. There'll also be tasks that you get given that are extensions of that, and you won't find out exactly what that is until you take part. So you need to be able to change what your robot does as well. You need to be able to program it and change the way that it behaves. That will happen while you're taking part in the competition. So it's important that you bring everything that you would need to be able to do that. We won't know what you need because it's the robot that you've built. So you're responsible for making sure that you have all the equipment that you need necessary to do that. We'll have basic tools, but if there's anything specialist that is specific to your robot, you'll need to bring that with you. So the teams who do best in the regional heats will be invited to the UK final. That will be held in November, as I said, in Birmingham. Look forward to hopefully seeing you there. What skills do you need then in order to take part in this? You'll need a lot of practical skills. You need to be able to solve the problems that we set you in terms of this task needs to be achieved. How could I get the robot to do that? You'll need to construct and program a robot to perform that task. You'll also need to be able to design and do potentially small modifications to your robot in order to get it to do an additional problem that will be given to you at the competition. So you'll need the ability to adapt to changing circumstances. The competition is designed for teams of 2 competitors, and it will test your programming, design and fault finding skills. Why do we say fault finding skills? Because the natural state of a robot is not working. It's amazing how easy it is for the robots to break. You're going to be transporting it from where you're based to the competition site. You'll need to test it, check that it's working and fix it, because quite often when things are transported, wires come loose, something happens. So it's important that you get there on the first day in plenty of time, because you'll need to do that. We have a process called homologation, which is where we check your robot to make sure that it conforms to all the rules. We need to get that done on the first day to make sure that it's a fair competition and that everybody's abiding by the rules. So the first day, while it looks to you like maybe not lots going on, it's really important that you're there so that you can homologate to take part in the competition, and you can check that all the things that you've got are working and ready to go for the competition days when they start. So you've registered online. You'll be invited to a project planning event in May, and you'll have to develop a project plan and a robot, and that will be tested at the next stage, where you'll be invited to a selection event in September. So you potentially have all of the summer to work on your robot, if that's the kind of thing you like doing. And if you do well in that selection event, you'll come along to the final event, which is held in November in Birmingham. The regional events will be held in a number of locations in the UK, so hopefully there'll be one fairly close to where you are. The venues will be announced once we have more of an idea of where all the people are based. So how do you prepare? You need to read the competition brief. Read the competition rules. Make sure that you understand them. If you're unsure about anything in them, check with Pooja. Her contact details will be on the slide at the end. You can look at the kind of stuff that people have been asked to do in previous years by following the link that's available on the slide here, findafuture.org.uk/WorldSkills-UK-skills-competitions. You'll need to manage your time, so you'll need to work out, how much time should I spend on doing this? When will I manage to get this bit done? How will I get to the venue? When will I need to arrive? If you arrive late, it will be difficult for us to process you and be sure that all the competitors will be ready for competition the next day. So we would encourage you to get there as early as possible on the preparation day. Contact details for Pooja are p.vasani@mdx.ac.uk. Contact details for SEMTA are the website semta.org.uk, and WorldSkills is at findafuture.org.uk. Good luck if you enter. If you decide to enter one of the other competitions instead, good luck with that. Hopefully we'll see you in Birmingham. If you do come, what are the benefits? Well, you'll get to meet a bunch of other people who enjoy doing stuff with robots. Hopefully you'll learn a lot about how robots work and how you get robots to do things. We'll also show you stuff to do with the task. Once the competition is over, we'll give you some tips about how you might have done things, how you could have got things to work. You'll raise your profile. It's potentially something that you could show to an employer if you're applying for a job, about having taken part in a competition that has a national profile. If you're already employed, it potentially brings benefits to your organisation because they demonstrate that their staff are skilled at this activity. If you're an employer and you have staff, it's a good team building exercise to send people on. A very intense experience over a couple of days. Getting something to work can get people to work really well together as a team. So we'd encourage people from a range of backgrounds to apply and take part. Before I go, I'd just like to thank Vector Robotics again, Festo, Middlesex University for sponsoring and supporting this competition, and SEMTA for organising it. Hopefully see you in Birmingham.